Hello! So today I'm doing something very interesting, or at least I think it's very interesting. I'm doing a three-way triple cast relay race of Final Fantasy 1. That's right, a triple cast, because simulcast is a thing of the past. Now we're doing triple casts. So, I'm playing three different versions of Final Fantasy 1, not all at the same time. All this was done already, but three different versions of Final Fantasy 1. I have three different parties at similar levels at the same point in the game. Right now I'm showing you all the stats. You might want to rewind and watch this part again, kind of pause it a few times, get a gander at what my stats are. But yeah, I've got a party of 4 black belts, a party of 4 red mages, and a party of 4 black mages. And I'm also playing the NES version, the PlayStation Final Fantasy Origins version, and also the new phone version. So 3 different versions of Final Fantasy, 3 different parties, simultaneous. Now I'm starting from Melmond with my characters at roughly level 17 to 20, and the goal here, go through the Earth Cave, defeat Lich, do all the things after the Earth Cave, do the class change, do the Ice Cave, do the Castle of Ordeals, get the airship, dodder about, exploit the eye perhaps, I don't know. Then Gurgu Volcano, boom. Go through Gurgu Volcano, defeat Marilith, and that's it. That's the video. Basically, this is a relay race with myself. We're going to see which one of these 3 parties can get through the Earth Cave and Gurgu Volcano the quickest. So, whoever defeats Marilith and gets the Fire Crystal is the winner. Whoever gets there second is the runner-up. And whoever gets there third, whatever. Probably end the video at that point, because who cares? Let's begin, shall we? So I'm going to be giving kind of live commentary on all this, as you can see. This is harder than I thought it would be. I was expecting this to be pretty easy, to sit here and just do some live commentary, no big deal. It's actually pretty tough because there's a lot going on at once here. Just like a lot of activity. It's just kind of nuts, you know? Let's see. So up here we've got the Red Mage party, which is struggling a little bit. They're already, I think, slightly falling behind. Just slightly falling behind. The PlayStation Origins version of Final Fantasy 1 is extremely slow. I don't want to say it's slower than the NES version, because the NES version is pretty slow, but I think it might be, actually. I think the PlayStation 1 version might be the slowest version of FF1. And the encounter rate is super high as well. So yeah, already the Red Mage group is falling behind, which is funny because I actually thought the Red Mage group would do the best out of these 3. Probably. They're kind of the most well-rounded of the 3 groups. Then again, the Black Belts can just absolutely chew through the HP of enemies, so there's that too. The auto battle for the Black Mages actually speeds things up a little bit in the Pixel remaster, which gives them a pretty unfair advantage. I'd actually be surprised if the Black Mages don't take this one home. They don't take home the gold on this one. Now I had to choose music. I couldn't have all 3 of the sounds playing at once. It would have been just a mess. It would have been an assault on the ears. So I chose the PlayStation version because I really like the remixes in the PlayStation version, and I also like the remixes in the phone version. But the phone version plays that like weird sad music on the the menu screen. The PlayStation version does not do that. The PlayStation version continues playing the area music on the menu screen, so you're not interrupting the area music every time you go to the menu screen, which is really terrific, and I like it. So that's why I decided to go with the PlayStation version for the sound in this video. So yeah, there's that. fighting some ogre chieftains here. Let's see who's doing the most damage. 41 from the red mages. See how the black belts fare. 160. 157. Okay. So the red mages are hitting for 40 and the black belts are hitting for 4 times that. That is nuts. Well, actually, that's unfair. The red mages are sometimes hitting for 70, so that's a little better than 40. Ooh, 112. That's pretty good. Now, the red mages are all equipped with silver swords. I went full grind in preparation for this video. Excuse me. So, 4 silver swords, and they're still completely outclassed by the black belts. This is just really stunning. The sheer power of the black belts in FF1 cannot be understated. This is absolutely nuts. Gotta say, I really like commenting on a video that I've already recorded. This is so much easier than trying to comment and play at the same time. Commenting and playing at the same time for some reason is very hard for me. I either have a hard time talking or I have a hard time playing, like one or the other, and both of those are bad. So in this case, I was completely focused on all 3 of these as I played them, and now I'm completely focused on talking about them. It makes everything much easier. So the red mages have reached the Pisco demons. Wait, what am I talking about? This isn't the marsh cave. The Pisco demons are regular enemies here. For a second, I got them mixed up with the vampire, and I was like, oh, the Pisco demon. No, that's the marsh cave. And we already killed the vampire, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't mind me. I kind of feel like ass today. I feel like complete ass, actually, if we're being honest. I really do not feel good today. Complete ass, by the way, is much worse than regular ass. You know, you feel like ass, that's bad. But if you feel like complete ass, that's like another level, you know. Ass and then complete ass is the next level up. So anyway, over here in the corner up here, the black belts are absolutely steamrolling their way through this dungeon. This is like shocking. Shocking how badly they're whooping the enemies. Now you'll see that I have 99 heal potions for the black belts. Great strategy there. You know, keep those heal potions maxed out. I believe that I forgot to max out the heal potions on the red mages before I left Melmond, so that puts them at a slight disadvantage, but they'll be fine. They'll be fine. Once they get back to town, they can very quickly buy up more heal potions. Wait, the black mages just defeated the vampire. Very good. Okay. All right. So, okay. I'm a little bit confused. So, keep in mind that I recorded all these videos a couple weeks ago, so I don't remember exactly what I was doing. Okay. Just don't even. So I thought that I was starting at the Lich portion of Earth Cave, that we're just going to go straight through to Lich. It looks like I actually left off before the vampire. So we're going to take out the vampire first, go do the ruby thing, get the rod or whatever, come back, and then do the Lich portion. So yeah, a little bit more to this than I expected, but that is completely okay. I love this boss music, by the way. Wow. That is outstanding boss music. Damn. I really like that music. That is a remix that the PlayStation version introduced, I believe. Okay, so all 3 characters have the vampire down. I don't think any of them have warp, so they're all going to have to hoof it all the way back out of the dungeon on foot. Pixel Remaster has some pretty large enemy packs, much larger than the NES version. So it's a good thing that party is the Black Mage party, so that they can AoE these fools. Otherwise, well, the monks would absolutely chew through them as well, but I think the Red Mages would definitely have some trouble dealing with that many ogres. Also, Red Mages have been significantly nerfed in the Pixel Remaster, unfortunately. I think Black Mages are also somewhat nerfed in the Pixel Remaster, but I'm not sure. Like, their HP seems lower than it should be. But either way, these three versions, they're different, but they're similar enough that a race like this is not a foregone conclusion. You know, we'll see what happens. Although I will say that I do expect the Pixel Remaster to win the race, just by virtue of the quality of life improvements, the higher speed. Black Mages having AoEs is also going to speed up the battles. So yeah, I'm expecting a Black Mage victory and a Pixel Remaster gold medal in this run. But who knows? One of these two might surprise me. It remains to be seen. So yeah, here you can see on the Red Mage screen that I am a bit short on items. But I'm sure I will fix that when I get back to town, won't I? Won't I? As soon as I get back to town, I will buy items and everything will be okay. I'm not just going to leave that and just let my items be, you know, barren, am I? I would hope not. I would absolutely hope not. Okay, Red Mage going a little bit out of the way to get treasure chests. Here is Noma. Noma's like the evil gremlin form of a gnome. That's what happens when you pour water on a gnome after midnight. 1,000 gil. I just went out of my way to grab a chest with 1,000 gil in it. Are you kidding me? I'm kind of wondering what my deal was with the Red Mage game, because it seems like I was not playing as well there compared to the other two. Oh, if you're wondering what order I played these in, it was basically all at the same time. I was actually bouncing between the three games as I played them. These particular videos were recorded in basically rapid succession, and I believe the Black Belt video was recorded first, then the Black Mage video, and then the Red Mage video. So I believe the Red Mage video was last, which makes it even more curious that I'm making more mistakes in that video. But these actual runs were all pretty much concurrent. Bounced between the three, finished all three of them, defeated Chaos. Chaos was a wildly different fight in each one of them. Yeah, surprisingly, the Black Mages actually had the most trouble with Chaos because of his higher HP in the Pixel Remaster. Alright, so let's do a status update here. The Black Belts are out of the Earth Cave, and the Black Mages are also out of the Earth Cave, and the Red Mages, what's happening here? What's happening with the Red Mages? They are still in the Earth Cave. I'm not even sure what floor they're on here. They're just getting attacked over and over and over again. High encounter rate, super high enemy strikes first rate, constantly getting enemy strikes first. The Red Mages are really getting a raw deal here, I think. Pretty safe to say that the PlayStation version of FF1 is way slower than the other versions from the looks of things. I think the Red Mages is already falling behind. Okay, the Black Mages have reached the Golem. They fed him the ruby. Now the Black Belts are about to do the same. So without the animation for the golem walking, the black belts saved a few seconds there, and they were able to almost pull ahead of the black mages. Almost. But then they got one of those lovely preemptive enemy attacks, and they're stuck while 7 enemies attack them. That's just lovely. So yeah, the black mages still holding a slight lead, while the black belts continue to dodder about in this battle with this massive pack of wolves. You know, as of right now, it's very early in this relay run, but as of now, I would say that this is going to be neck and neck between the black belts and the black mages. But I still think the black mages are going to win. They still have a lead. Red mages not looking so hot. Yeah, I think the red mages, it's safe to say, are going to be the kind of Ross Perot of this race. Yes, the Ross Perot mages. That's what they are. They really are the Ross Perot mages, because it's like they're kind of the tertiary mage. You know, they're jack of all trades but master of none. They're behind fighters in attack power. They're behind white mages in white magic, and they're behind black mages in black magic. So yeah, they really are kind of like that. I don't know, that odd man out almost. I really like red mages though. They're a favorite class of mine for sure. I like any kind of battle mage type character in any game. You know, characters that have a nice even repertoire of skills, you know, heals, attack spells, utility spells, you know, physical prowess, that kind of, you know, that nice range of skills is very appealing to me in my characters and my classes in games. Okay, black mage is all the way back out here, ready to go back to the Earth Cave. Question is, am I going to go hit the inn before I go to the Earth Cave? Because that would be the smart thing to do. Yes, I am going back to the inn. Good. I'm proud of myself for not whiffing on that one. The black belts, meanwhile, completely locked up, getting preemptively attacked constantly. I think that these shadow enemies always get a preemptive attack as well. They are super irritating. Probably because they're shadows, so they can sneak up on you. You know, it makes sense. FF1 is cool because it derives a lot of inspiration from Dungeons and Dragons, with the items and the weapons and so forth. And they also put a lot of neat little ideas into it, like shadows always preemptively attack, you know, spiders poison you, so on and so forth. There are just a lot of neat little kind of Dungeons and Dragons type additions to the NES version of FF1. Some of them work, some of them don't work. It really depends on which one we're talking about. Yeah, it looks like shadows are harassing the black mages as well, but they're all rested up and they're heading back to the Earth Cave. They are well ahead of the black belts, and once they get the warp spell, they might pull to a commanding lead, because the warp spell is going to shave off quite a bit of time. Then again, the only place where I'm really going to need to use the warp spell is probably the ice cave. So there's also that. Actually, come to think of it, I think the warp spell might only be usable after the class change, and I'm not going to get the class change until right before Gurgu Volcano, so I might not need to use the warp spell at all. So the black mages may not actually have an advantage there. Okay, so we're doing some healing with the red mages who desperately need to buy more potions. Please buy more potions before you go back to the Earth Cave. Okay, they are about to talk to the giant here. Or the golem. I'm not sure if he's a golem or a giant. Perhaps a giant golem. Ooh. We've got some Peninsula of Power enemies starting to show up here in the Earth Cave. Some giants. Yeah, the red mages are employing some of those heavy-duty black mage AoEs at this point to clear out the enemies, to try and catch up, no doubt, to the other two. Yeah, the PS1 version is just so slow, though. I don't think they're gonna catch up in this video. I really don't. What I did was I took the 3 gameplay videos that I recorded and I just layered them all next to each other, and now I'm watching it. I'm watching it in real time. I do not know what's going to happen. I played these games a couple weeks ago, so I don't remember super well how they went, and also I haven't looked ahead, so I really don't know who's going to win the race or what's going to happen or how it's going to go. So this commentary that I'm giving right now is very off the cuff, and I am watching it along with you. Don't know what's going to happen. Man, the red mages, I'm telling you, just completely bogged down over here. Come on, man, heal, heal. What are you doing, dude? I'm trying to decide whether I want to heal or not, and of course I hardly have any mana for healing. Jeez. Red mages are just... I feel bad for them at this point. PS1 version is so unbelievably slow. Okay, so let's put the red mages aside for now. I mean, they're doing their own thing. Let's see how the other two are doing. The black belts and the black mages in a blistering race in the Earth Cave. Yeah, the black belts are going to need to probably run away from a lot of fights if they want to catch up to the black mages. Because the black mages have those neat AoEs, and they can just annihilate everything with those, which for some reason they're not doing right now. Oh, probably because I'm conserving MP for Lich. That's actually a good strategy. Meanwhile, the red mages just got to the rod there. Very good. But they're also going to have to stop at the town and hit the inn, get potions. I really don't see them catching up at this point. What else is happening here? I believe the black belts just reached the final floor of the Earth Cave, but I could be wrong. Looks like running away is probably a little bit harder in the PlayStation 1 version as well. I've noticed that it takes quite a bit longer for the red mages to escape than the other two. Yeah, running away is easy in the Pixel Remaster. Just run away from everything. Okay, so the black mages have just passed up the vampire room. Wait a second, have the black belts actually taken the lead? I believe the black belts have taken the lead. I think they're one floor ahead of the black mages. No, they're not. The black mages are still ahead. They just used the rod. They're going down to the lich level now. Oof, this is intense. This is entertaining. This is entertaining for me to watch this. This is like really a fun time. The red mages are struggling with a tiger. It is thrashing them about. Yeah, black belts, they really have to keep running. Just run, run, run. Black mages are holding the lead. so far. I mean, the black mages are here, the black belts are like right here, red mages are like here. But yeah, black belts are like right there. This is what's going to really mess up the black belts, though, is having to manually heal with potions one at a time. This is going to really slow them down, to say the least. So I have to really hope that my running works the first time. Yeah, that chest got me for a second because I was like, wait a minute, did I get that chest? So yeah, I have to really hope that running works quickly for the black belts so that they don't take too much damage, because the more damage they take, the more time I'm spending healing in the menu very slowly, and we don't want that. How do you like my naming schemes for these characters? They are all AEW names, and I don't think any of them repeat except for Hangman Page, because you've got Page in the NES one, and then you've got Hangman in the Black Mage one. So Hangman Page making a double appearance, but I believe the rest of them are all unique. Pretty sure the rest of them are unique appearances. I had to have a black belt named Miro. You know, it only made sense to have a black belt named Miro. You know, I had to. Let me check something here. I had to pause my camera footage for a second there. I had to kind of fix a few things. So my commentary might be slightly off from whatever it is I'm talking about. I mean, like off by maybe a second or two from this point onward in the video. Every 28 minutes or so, the way my video recorder goes, every 28 minutes or so, it'll kind of lap and start a new file. And every time it starts a new file, there's like a second or two delay. How to put this? Yeah, there's about a second or two delay between the end of the old file and the beginning of the new file, which means that every 28 minutes or so, you'll see my timing be a little bit more off after that. However, it is worth noting that I don't expect this video to go longer than maybe an hour and a half or so. So this probably won't be much of an issue. Okay, the Black Mages have reached Lich. They are the first to reach Lich. All three teams are in the Earth Cavern, or the Terra Cavern as it's known in the PlayStation version. Okay, here we go. Black Mages versus Lich. The first Lich battle. What's going to happen? Okay, dish out Firaga. Good strategy. So I had all of them save up their Firagas through the entire dungeon for this express purpose. So we've got 16 Firagas ready to unleash against Lich here. Let's see what that does. Whoa, that did a lot of damage. So 16 Firagas is about 4,000 damage, which is way more HP than Lich has, even in the Pixel Remaster, where everyone has buffed HP. So Lich basically has no chance against the barrage of Firagas. There you go. That was about, I would say, 1,500 HP or so, 1,500 to 2,000, somewhere in that vicinity for Lich. And now the Black Belts are going to take on Lich. Let's see how that goes. 6 damage. That's not good. They're going to have to rely on critical hits. The good news is that in the NES version, Lich only has 400 HP, as opposed to 1,500 or whatever it was in the Pixel Remaster. So they just need a few good crits, and they will defeat Lich. Oh yeah, they're getting some nice crits here. 100 damage, 50 damage. It might take them a little bit longer than the Black Mages took. Sorry, my nose is always itching. But I think they're going to be fine. I think they're going to defeat Lich before he can really do much damage. Yep, there he goes. So Lich is defeated. Black belts and black mages have defeated the Earth Cave. Step 1 is done. Now step 2, get to Gurgu Volcano, beat it as fast as possible. Although, all 3 of them have to class change before Gurgu Volcano. Why is this so hard to say that way? Gurgu Volcano. Gurgu Volcano. There we go. Yeah, all 3 of them have to class change before that. Now, I realize that class changing for black belts is thoroughly pointless. I will get into that more later. But just for the sake of fairness, I'm going to have the black belts change classes before I go to Gurgu Volcano. Okay, just for the sake of fairness, I'm going to have the black belts class change before they go to the volcano, just like the other 2 are going to do anyway. So, just so that they're all doing the same thing and everything lines up. That's what we're going to do. But yeah, black belts class changing to what's the class up form? I think it's Master. Master is their higher form. So class changing into Masters has like 0 positive effect on anything. It doesn't make them more powerful. They don't hit harder. They don't have better stats. They don't have better stat growth. There's really like no benefit at all to it. You know, I think it's because in the NES version, I'm only talking about the NES version, by the way. Like the other versions, black belts can class change and it's fine. They'll get more powerful. But I believe that in the NES version, they didn't program any of the class changes to actually make the characters more powerful. You know, their only real purpose is to give you more abilities. So, yeah. Except that ninjas are almost definitely more powerful than thieves, so maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe it's just that ninjas have a much better selection of weapons and armor than thieves, so it seems like they're more powerful. But yeah, I think that they basically just added abilities for the class ups. So red mages get access to higher tiers of spells when they become red wizards. Same goes for black mages and white mages. Fighters get access to level 3 and under white magic. And thieves get access to level 4 and under black magic. So everyone gets some new ability when they class change. Black belts, on the other hand, don't have any new abilities to get. So they're pretty much just left with absolutely nothing. Except for the supposed power increase that may exist only in the player's mind. When they see the character's class up, they automatically think, okay, they're more powerful now. But I don't think they actually are. I think it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a pack of lies. But I'll tell you what. In the NES version, once black belts class change, they actually get less magic defense when they level up. Black belts get a whopping 4 magic defense from every level up. Masters get 1 magic defense from every level up. So you're actually taking a significant downgrade if you class up the black belts. Because from that point on, they are gaining a lot less magic resistance. And if you class up very early in the game, well, they might be screwed later on because AoEs are going to absolutely chunk them in the end game with lower magic resistance. So yeah, Masters, they can steamroll enemies with their big punches, but they also take a lot of damage because of their poor magic resistance. So it actually behooves you to keep them in black belt form. Just not class up at all. And yeah. That's actually basically what I did in this run. Like for what you're watching right now, for this video, as I recall, I class changed the black belts the same time as I class changed the other 2. So they all did their class ups right before the volcano. But that was just for this video. And after the video was over, I reset the NES version to before the class change, and I didn't do it. I completely skipped the class change, continued to play as 4 black belts, right up until I was ready to go into the final dungeon. So once I was done with my leveling, had beaten most of the game, and I was about to go into the final dungeon, just for completion's sake, at that point, I changed the black belts into masters for good. Just because I like the look of the masters, you know, they look a lot more badass and everything. And also for completion's sake, like I said. And then I went ahead and finished the game with 4 masters. But there's really no point in class changing black belts until the very end, just for the look, basically. Now, this can be a problem if you have black belts in a party with a bunch of other characters, because obviously you're going to want to class change everybody else as early as you can, but you're actually going to be gimping your black belt by doing that, which is super unfortunate. So really, the only time where you can hold off on class changing for the black belts to really build up their magic defense is if you're playing as 4 black belts, because that way you don't have to worry about any other characters and their class changes. So yeah, it's really unfortunate that they screwed black belts the way they did, but at the same time, I mean, they're so OP that you can't feel too bad for them, you know what I mean? So let's check in with a progress update. Both the black belts and the black mages are sailing the high seas, most likely heading for the Castle of Ordeals, if I had to guess. They got the canoe. I believe they both got the canoe. I was off on a black belt tangent, so I wasn't paying too much attention, but I believe they both got the canoe. Canoe. It's kind of a funny word when you say it a few times. It's a funny word. Oh, the black mages are taking a detour. What's happening here? Just a quick in-stay, perhaps? So yeah, at this point, once you get the canoe, you have choices. You can either go to the ice cave up north, or you can go to the Castle of Ordeals. You can really do them in either order, and it's not really any faster to do one before the other. I mean, if you do the ice cave first, you can get the airship, but you can't use the airship to get to the Castle of Ordeals. You have to take the boat there anyway. So there's no reason to do one before the other. They're both fairly challenging dungeons too. Possibly the most challenging so far, especially the ice cave. The ice cave is definitely the most challenging so far. Possibly the most challenging in the entire game, because after the ice cave you get the class changes and your characters really start to grow in power. So yeah, the ice cave is really like the last big challenge of FF1. I was actually afraid of one of these parties game overing in the ice cave. It's like the one area that was a real threat of a game over. But no one game overed in this race. It is a clean race all the way through, and we'll see what happens. But right now, the red mage is so far behind, it's not even funny. And for some reason, I am opening chests. I'm running around opening chests in a treasure room. Why? I mean, I didn't know that I was behind, I guess, because it's not like I had a stopwatch to tell me these things. So yeah, I had no idea that I was behind. Matter of fact, in the red mage game, I probably thought I was tied with the other two, or maybe even ahead. So I probably thought I had time to open these chests. But now that we're all side by side, you can see that I should have sped things up in the red mage game. I don't know how, because the PlayStation version is so slow. But yeah. Okay, we are in Castle of Ordeals. Gonna put the red mage game aside again and get out of here. Get out of here, red mages. So the black belts and the black mages are neck and neck in the Castle of Ordeals. Absolutely neck and neck. This is a race. It's a race. It's a real race. I'm starting to wish I had just left the red mages out entirely because they're an embarrassment. They're an embarrassment to me. Just left them out entirely. Let's just focus on the other two for now, and this is a pretty cool race we've got going on here. Black mages pulling ahead again. Black belt's taking a real beating here, unfortunately. Quick detour to grab. Ooh, what was that? Oh, look, red gargoyles on both screens. The red mages still need potions. What are you doing, man? Why didn't I get potions for the red mages? Well, the red mage was the last of these 3 videos that I recorded, so maybe I was just tired at that point and making more mistakes. I don't know. I figured being last would give them an advantage because I would be more familiar with what I was doing at that point, having just done it 2 other times, but apparently not. Oh man, this is so close. Okay, black mages are still ahead. They're fighting the unicorn mini boss, the pair of unicorns. I used to live with a pair of unicorns. It was nice. Anywho, okay, black belts are healing. You know, gotta have that healing delay, which is gonna slow them down a lot. I feel like I should be wearing like a headset, like a sportscaster. You know, like some sort of headset with a microphone, just for authenticity. Oh, we had a casualty. Black mages had a casualty. That's bad. Oh, something I believe I forgot to note so far in this video is that I am playing the Black Mage group on the Pixel Remaster as if it's the NES version, which means I am not using any high potions, I am not using any Phoenix Downs, and I am not using any ethers. Anything that has any of those effects is not being used in the Pixel Remaster because I want it to be authentic to the NES version. Yeah. The PlayStation version is already pretty authentic to the NES version. It's very close, so I'm not too worried about that one. But yeah, I wanted the Black Mage group to be fairly authentic to the NES version because the whole point of doing these 4-character challenges is that they were difficult on the NES. So if I'm going to do an easy version of one of them, it's basically shortchanging that class. So yes, I made the Pixel Remaster as much like the NES version as I could. In the distant past, I did a 4-fighter game, and I recall that being very easy back in 1999 or so. And in the recent past, I did a 4-thief game, which was super hard until they became ninjas, and then it became drastically easier. So that was really fun. I actually really enjoyed the 4-thief ninja game. Although the early parts of it were super frustrating. Man, it was some frustrating times with that. But once they became ninjas, it was just, it was a really fun game. And then I played these 3 pretty much concurrently. And at some distant point in the future, because I am absolutely FF1'd out for the time being, but at some distant point in the future, I plan to do a 4 White Mage game on the NES, which should be fun. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it though. You know, no heavy physical attacks, no attack spells really, no haste, no temper. It's going to be brutal. The only thing I can think of is like run away from everything that's not undead, and then nuke the undead. On the Temple of Fiends, just use Holy to get past the bosses. Get the Mass Immune. You know, use the Mass Immune against Chaos. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to get through the Temple of Fiends with 4 White Mages, because they're not going to have enough charges of Holy, for one thing. I might have to rely entirely on Mass Immune for the final boss. Yeah. My nose will not stop itching. This is really annoying. Okay, we've got 2 casualties on both the Black Belt game and the Black Mage game. This is bad. 2 casualties and no way to revive. Finally, the Red Mage group has reached Lich. It's about time. Let's see how this fight goes. I've got a lot of hair. Trying to get it out of the way here. Okay, so it looks like the Red Mages are employing the same strategy that the Black Belts employed, or Black Mages rather, which is spam Firaga. Spam Firaga and hope for the best. So far so good. 400, about 450. 450 damage, so already Lich has more HP than he did in the NES version. And the Red Mages have very low MP compared to the Black Mages. So they are already just about out of Fire 3s here. Okay, got him. I think he had about 800 HP. I wasn't keeping super good count though, so I could be wrong. But yeah, I think it was about 800 HP for Lich in the PlayStation version. So yeah, pretty simple fight for the Red Mages. Now they can finally get out of the Earth Cave. Meanwhile, the Black Mages have cleared the Castle of Ordeals, and they're booking it back to town to revive their fallen compadres. The Black Belts are fighting the boss of the Castle of Ordeals. Just focus on one zombie dragon, get it down. The Black Belts might have a tough time getting back to town because they're going to be in bad shape. Oh man, these zombie dragons are really doing a number here. Okay, got him. So Castle of Ordeals is cleared for the Black Belts. And the Red Mages are so far behind, it's not even funny. They haven't even gotten the canoe yet. They need to buy potions. I mean, it's just an absolute debacle on the Red Mage file over here. So as you can see, I am healing the Black Belts as quickly as I can, not wasting any time on those potions. Booking it out of the Castle of Ordeals as fast as my stubby legs will take me here. The Black Mages are running away from everything. Oh man. Yet another preemptive enemy attack for the Black Belts. They are taking a beating. We better hope these runs work, or else I'm going to be limping back to town. Man. Gonna have to stop and heal now. This is more time. More time out the window. Hey, this is fun. This is a good video. I feel like this is a good video. I'm enjoying this. This is a good video for me. I mean, this is like a fun video to make. This is fun to record. This is a good time. Hopefully it's fun to watch. I mean, I hope. Okay, the Black Belts are crossing the ocean. Black Mages continuing to hold the lead. I'm not sure if the Black Belts have ever actually led in this race so far. I think they might have led for a few seconds here and there, like early on. but... Okay, the red mages are rested up. They're ready for the next quest, which is the Ice Cave. Alright, black belts. Black belts hitting the inn. Well, they have to revive first. Man, that PlayStation version is so slow. So slow. Wait, where are the black belts going? We have to rest at the end. Oh, they gotta buy items. Right. Good call. Good call. Did the red mages buy items? I didn't see them buy items. Well, I guess we'll find out. That would be pretty silly if I forgot to buy items. Yeah, spamming Bolt 2. Level 2 spells are really useful in this game for clearing out enemies. Clearing out like lower enemies and so forth. Level 1 spells are pretty useless though after the first like couple hours tops of the game. You know, maybe the Astos fight is like the last hurrah that level 1 spells are any good. But yeah. It's all about level 2 spells and level 3 spells in this game. I mean, I think the white mage's harm spell has like 4 levels, which is nuts. I mean, 5 if you count Holy. If you count Holy as like the ultimate version of it, then 5 levels. I mean, you could count it that way if you wanted to, even though it's technically not really the case. Okay, the black mages are almost at the ice cave, and the black belts are still buying potions. Man. Safe to say that the Pixel Remaster is easily the fastest version of this game. And Black Mages might be the fastest party because of those AoEs. They've got that AoE damage. They can really clear out the enemies fast. And they're going to need those Fire 2s for the Ice Cave here. Okay, looks like I'm going to stick to fleeing at first. Gonna keep fleeing in the ice cave. Probably a good strategy. I also want to note that the ice cave looks really nice in the Pixel Remaster version, which is basically how it looked in the PSP version. I mean, the Pixel Remaster looks a lot like the PSP version, except that the character sprites are different, and I think the enemy sprites are also different. But the actual backgrounds and areas are very similar looking. Also very nice looking. Alright, the red mages really just... At this point in time, I would just be fleeing from everything because they're having a rough go of it, to say the least. They aren't even the Ross Perot of the situation anymore. Now they're just like the Gary Johnson of the situation. The Gary Johnson of the race. They're just like way, way behind. The Jill Stein. They're like the Jill Stein of the race. More like the Gary Johnson of the race for a variety of reasons, you know. Okay. I believe the black belts are plodding to the inn. Yep, there they go. Look how much gold the black belts have. 166,000. Absolutely nuts. That's what happens when you don't really have to buy anything. You can really save up that money. Man, the PS1 version, look at how slow it is. Everything is just like molasses. It's like they're underwater or something. Okay, the black belts are headed for the ice cave. Yep, I would say that everyone has kind of broken away from each other at this point. The black mages have a commanding lead, the black belts are in the middle, and the red mages are behind. So, I mean, at this point it's possible that the red mages could catch up to the black belts if I start picking it up a little bit. I could see that happening. This is kind of like wrestling in 2000, where WWF pulled ahead of WCW, and for a while it seemed like WCW might catch up, but then as they drifted apart, pretty soon it started to seem like ECW might actually overtake WCW and become the new number 2. There were a few months in 2000, like early 2000, where it definitely seemed like ECW was poised to overtake WCW. But then ECW just kind of faltered. They lost their TNN deal, you know, things just started going badly for them. And then WCW kind of pulled ahead again, you know. But it's funny how, you know, WWF and WCW were neck and neck fighting for first for a while. But then after some time, the first place contender was so far ahead that it was the second and third that were fighting it out for supremacy. You know, that became like the interesting battle at that point. It was no longer WWF versus WCW. WWF was the winner. It was, can ECW overtake WCW? I don't think it ever really did, but it was definitely in the running. Like WCW was here and ECW was like right here for a couple of months. And I believe there was 1 month in 2000 where ECW's pay-per-view actually did a higher buy rate than WCW's pay-per-view that one particular month. So in that sense, maybe for 1 month they were overtaken. I don't know. Hard to say. My nose will not stop itching. This is like really ridiculous. It's like embarrassing. Or it's like a nervous tick or something. I don't know. Okay, we are grabbing the canoe for the red mages here. They're so far behind. They haven't even done the Castle of Ordeals yet. Like, are you kidding me right now? I think, well, hold on. Oh, well, we just got a pop-up for something I need to check out, but, alright, so the black belts almost to the ice cave. Black mages basically about to fight the boss here. The boss of the ice cave, really not much of a boss. Now, the Evil Eye is great experience in the NES version and the PS1 version as well, by extension. Because you can fight it over and over again, and it gives you like 3,000 experience, which is nuts. It's split between your characters, but it's still absolutely nuts. Now, in the Pixel Remaster, you cannot fight him repeatedly. You can only fight him once, so you cannot grind the Evil Eye like you can in the other versions. We'll see. We'll see if I do any Evil Eye grinding with the black belts when I get there, or if I just fight him once and continue on. Hopefully I fight him once and continue on, because they really need to catch up. So the black mages have no choice in the matter. Now they are on their way out of the dungeon. No warp, so they're basically hoofing it out. Here we go. Using a tent. Using a couple tents. Yeah, using tents is probably a much faster way to heal the black belts than spamming potions. I think at this point I realize that time is of the essence. Oh, it looks like the red mages are skipping the Castle of Ordeals and going straight to the ice cave. Interesting. You know, if anyone needed to... Well, here's the thing. I'm not skipping anything, because I had to hit all the same beats on all three of these groups in order for this race to work. So I'm not actually skipping the Castle of Ordeals. I'm just doing the Ice Cave first, and then presumably they're going to go do the Castle of Ordeals after the Ice Cave, which I don't think there's any real benefit to doing it in that order. Maybe I just want to switch it up a little bit. If anyone can skip the Castle of Ordeals, it's the Black Belts. The Black Belts really have no reason at all to go to the Castle of Ordeals, except maybe for that healing item that you can get there. But yeah, they don't need the tail, they don't need the class change. They can completely skip the Castle of Ordeals. Unfortunately, they can't skip the Ice Cave. Yeah, poor red mages. By skipping the Castle of Ordeals, it almost feels like they're catching up because they're like heading to the Ice Cave. It's like, oh yeah, they're right behind the other two. No, they're way behind. Okay, Black Mages almost done with the Ice Cave. Black Belts still pretty early in the dungeon. And this is the toughest part of this run, so... Yeah, like I said, I mean, if I had realized how far behind the red mages were as I was playing, I probably would have run away from more fights. Because I mean, as slow as the PS1 version is, I could definitely be getting through the red mage game a little bit faster than this. But yeah, this was basically a blind race because I didn't, like I said, I didn't have a stopwatch. I didn't know how much time I was logging on these 3 games. So it was completely blind. I was racing against myself without being able to see myself's times. So that's why we have this red mage game that is so far behind and continuing to waste time, you know. I guess I have to use some potions and heal, but I mean, this would be a good time to just pop a tent, you know what I mean? Okay, the Black Mages are out of the Ice Cave. They've got a man down. Once again, it's Moxley. Poor Moxley. Didn't he die in the previous dungeon too? Moxley just dying all the time. Okay. Dishing out some pain with those Bolt 2 spells. Very good. Come on, red mages. I'm rooting for the red mages now. I really am. But yeah, the red mages definitely seem nerfed in the PS1 version. I can safely say it would have been easier to actually play as a 4 red mage group in the NES version, which is really surprising to me, but I think it's pretty safe to say. Yeah, I'm completely conked out on FF1 for the time being. I don't think I'm even going to look at this game again for a while after this. Maybe a year. However, I do have to play FF1 3 more times in the future. Yep. I don't even want to think about that right now. This is like when you go to a sushi buffet and you try all the different sushis and you have a great time and it's really fun. But then you have to finish it and it's like, man, I'm full, but I still have a few sushis on the plate and I have to finish them because I don't want to waste the money. I don't want to waste money by like going to a buffet. I don't want to waste food either. You know, going to a buffet and getting a bunch of stuff and not finishing it. So of course you want to finish it. But you're sitting there and you're looking at the last few pieces of sushi and you're just like, oh man. And in that moment, you really just don't like sushi anymore. You just don't want any more sushi. You're just like, I'm good. I'm good on the sushi. That's how I feel about FF1 right now. I am absolutely good on FF1. I've had an all-you-can-eat buffet of FF1. Okay? And I'm good. I'm good for now. But in the future, I have 3 more FF1 runs planned. Oh, see that? Black belt game, making a backup save. Because the plan here is that I'm going to class change, finish Gurgu Volcano, then reset to the backup save, and then not class change and play through the rest of the game as just black belts, like I said before. So this is where I made the backup save, which means the class change is imminent. Can't wait. Black mages inexplicably taking time to sell things. What are you doing, black mages? You got the lead. Keep going. Anywho, the 3 FF1 games that I have in the future that still await me at some distant time. I have to do a 4 white mage game on the NES. That's going to be tough. You know, 4 white mages. And I have to do a regular game on the NES, just with a regular party for my blog, because I really do want to cover FF1 at some point on my blog, along with the other Final Fantasies, because I have never covered most of them on the blog, not in their original forms anyway. And third, if the Pixel Remaster version comes to consoles, I'll totally play it again and try to get 100% on the trophies, which shouldn't be too bad, you know. The hardest part is the bestiary, which means you have to find War Mech and make sure you defeat every single monster. That's probably the hardest part. So yeah, I think the FF1 Pixel Remaster is a pretty easy platinum, and I really hope it gets like a PS4 version. And if so, I'll totally play it again on console and 100% it. So those are the 3 remaining FF1 runs that I have in the future. Yeah, the 4 white mage group is going to really be something else though. But I think I got some good practice with these runs in terms of knowing what works and what doesn't work for a 4 character run. I think the ice cave might actually be the best place to level grind for white mages, because there's such an abundance of enemies that are undead here. I think there's one spot that always gives you like 9 undead enemies. So in theory, I could step on and off of that spot and just like AoE that group over and over again until I run out of MP for undead nukes. And I could probably get a lot of levels for the white mages by doing that. Anyway, I'll think about that at some later date. I am not doing that right now, even though I'm starting to kind of want to. No. I am FF1'd out. No more. No more! No more! It's like Soulja Boy said to Atari, "Don't call me no more! Don't call me no more!" He said a lot of other things too that were very nasty and derogatory and bigoted that I am not going to repeat here. You know, suffice to say, Soulja Boy sucks. Do not like him. See, right here, we got a nice big group of undead for the red mages here. That would be the ideal fight for 4 white mages right there. Yep. What about the other 2? I mean, when the Pixel Remaster comes to consoles, I'll probably run like, you know, because they made thieves really good in the Pixel Remaster. So I'll probably run like a fighter, a thief, because, you know, I love ninja. You know, red mage, maybe. You know. No, I definitely want to have a monk. Maybe I'll go with like a full-on melee group, like fighter, monk, thief. And then like a red mage for heals. Maybe. I don't know. Or a white mage. I'll probably go with a white mage, actually. Yeah, like fighter, monk, thief, white mage. I think that's a good group for the Pixel Remaster if it comes to consoles. When I play this game for my blog, it's going to be a really tough choice, because it's like which 4 classes do I want to showcase in my blog posts. And definitely Fighter. I mean, Fighter's kind of like the, you know, he's like the what's the word? Like the front man for the FF1 party. So definitely Fighter. Not Thief. I'm not messing with Thieves anymore in the NES version. I'm sorry. Probably like Fighter, Black Belt, Black Mage, White Mage. You know what I mean? Even though I really like Red Mages. Yeah. I think Fighter, Black Belt, Black Mage, White Mage would be a great party for the blog posts. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Let's get back to focusing on this and doing some live sports commentary on the race. Okay, so the Black Belts are headed for the class change. The Black Mages have already done the class change, so they are continuing to be ahead here. The Red Mages haven't even gotten the airship yet. Haven't even done the Castle of Ordeals yet. You know, I bet you the Red Mages, I bet you I'll stop and farm the eye, which would be like the worst possible thing I could do. But I bet you I did that for the Red Mages because they really need the levels. So I bet you I did that. So the Red Mages are basically doomed if I farm the eye. There's no way they're gonna catch up. The Black Mages have 1 dungeon left to finish the race. Let's see where the Black Belts ended up in relation to the Black Mages. Looks like the Black Mages need to buy items before they go to the volcano, though. See how fast you can buy potions in the Pixel Remaster? Much, much better. If I never have to buy potions one at a time again in the rest of my life, it'll be too soon. Yep. Yeah. I'm gonna just sit here and Picard. I'm gonna Picard and facepalm a little bit because the Red Mages are farming the eye. Why? Why? Okay, the Black Belts. Black Belts have arrived at the class change. Watch this. They're gonna buff up. It's like Scott Steiner in 1998 compared to Scott Steiner in 1999. I mean, Scott Steiner was always kind of big. It's more like Triple H in 1998 compared to Triple H in 1999. Yeah. So now they're all buff. Okay, the Black Mages have arrived in the volcano. It's still looking like this is theirs to lose at this point. The monks, black belts, whatever you want to call them. I think they're called monks in later versions, and they're called black belts in the NES version. But yeah, the black belts are on their way to the volcano. If they don't stop to shop or anything, I think they can catch up. Nope, they're gonna stop and shop. Maybe just hit the inn? I mean, do they really need 99 potions? Really? Do they really need 99 potions for the volcano? Come on. Well, I think it's safe to say that the Black Mages have this in the bag. Man, look at those masters though. Those ascended black belts. They are some beefy boys. Some beefy lads right there. Okay, Red Mages still doddering around in the ice cave. That is just, that's embarrassing. Maybe they can get to the end of the Castle of Ordeals before the other two finish their games. It's possible. Okay, come on, black belts. I'm rooting for you. I think you can do this. Okay, looks like the black mages are several floors ahead of the masters. Well, the only way I see the black mages losing this is if I do something really stupid in that game. Like I said, this is theirs to lose at this point. They are holding the lead. Wait, what? What am I doing? Man, the black belts got absolutely whacked as soon as I went to the volcano. So basically starting over. Starting the dungeon over. Let's try that again. Yeah, I don't see any way that they I don't see any way that they catch up at this point. Man, poor red mages with their sad MP. Trying to just like nuke their way out of the ice cave. They're basically just like really weak black mages in the PS1 version. Although at least their physical attacks are like halfway decent for backup, you know. Ooh, black belts. Black belts have reached floor 4, I believe, of the volcano. What's happening with the black mages there? Oh, they're going for some treasure. They're so secure in their lead that they're stopping for treasure. You know, the red mages are trying. I'll give them credit. They're trying. They're really trying. Okay, they are finally out of the ice cave, it looks like. Very good. But they skipped the Castle of Ordeals, so they still have to do that. So yeah, they are not going to be jumping over to the volcano and catching up. Nope. They have to go get the airship. They have to go to the Castle of Ordeals. They have to go class change. There's an insurmountable amount of stuff to do for them. There's no way that they're going to reach the volcano in this, I don't think. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the video is over. As soon as we have a gold medal winner and a silver medal winner, as far as I'm concerned, the video is over. So we'll see how far the red mages get before the video ends. I do not think we'll be seeing them defeat Marilith, though, that's for sure. Unless some minor miracle takes place. It's not happening. Okay, I think... Well, the black mages are going for the treasure. I think the black belts are like right behind them. But yeah, the black mages do need some of the treasure from here. They need money really badly. Spells are ungodly expensive. The black belts, on the other hand, do not need treasure. They don't need money. Pretty much all they need are ribbons. Ribbons and pro rings. And they're pretty much good after that. So the black belts have no real reason to go out of their way to farm treasure. And I'm not sure how or when, but it looks like the black belts have actually pulled into the lead. They pulled into the lead while the black mages were farming treasure chests. What? And now the black mages are attacking. Turn off that auto battle. Get out of there. What are you doing? What are the black mages doing? Okay, so black belts about to fight Marilith. What? What? Okay, if the black mages really, really hurry up, they can retake the lead. Talk about an 11th hour upset, though. Wow. Absolutely an 11th hour upset. This is nuts. Red mages kind of sailing around, trying to figure out where they're going. Getting seasick. One of them just puked. Alright. The black belts are healing. They're taking one of their big healing breaks. This is the black mage's chance. This is their opportunity. This is their shot to catch up. They are like so close behind here. Ooh. Here we go. Carrie. The future Marilith. In the original, just called Carrie. Probably because Marilith like wouldn't fit, like the letters wouldn't fit. I don't know. Okay, black belts about to unleash hell here. Looks like this run might be over if they can defeat Marilith. I can't believe this. The black mages going for more chests. They have basically forfeited the run, you guys. The black mages have forfeited the run. Unbelievable. Red mages getting the airship. Good for them. A healthy bronze medal for the red mages. Looks like the black belts are pretty handily dealing with Carrie. They're doing lots of critical hits. Going well so far. Staying on the offense. Oh, got a man down. I hate that. I hate when you lose a party member right before the boss dies and they miss the experience. It's happened to me so many times in these games, I'm telling you. And time. Black belts. The winner, gold medal. Black belts. Boom. Call time. About about an hour and 21 minutes and 45 seconds or so. Wow. Wow. An hour and 21 minutes, 45 seconds, roughly. Black belts are your winners and your gold medalists for the Triplecast FF1 relay race. The black mages right behind them. Looks like they're going to finish with a strong silver. What is happening? What is happening? Yeah, it's like the black mages aren't even trying now. They've just given up. I mean, why would they try? Why would they try? I mean, they had the lead. They had a slight lead throughout the whole thing, and then the 11th hour they forfeited it by going for a bunch of chests. I mean, yeah, I understand they need money for spells. I understand that. I understand that the black belts do not need money for anything, and thus they can afford to just speed through. They don't have to slow it down to collect chests. You know, as long as they have 80,000 for pro rings, which they have way more than, they're fine. Yeah, so it looks like the black mages are detouring to grab one final chest, and it is the flame mail chest, which is actually a really good chest to grab. If you're going to grab any money chest in Gurgu Volcano, the flame mail is a good one to go for because it sells for a lot. I'm also taking the opportunity to drop some heals before I fight Marilith. Notice that my black mages are being sure to not use their heavy duty spells. I believe I got Blizzaga before I came here for at least a couple of them. And that Blizzaga is going to absolutely wreck Marilith. So it's very important to save it until then, however. And got the Flame Mail. Alright, here we go, Marilith. Time to turn in a strong silver medal second place for the Black Mages. Yeah, I really can't recommend the PS1 version of FF1. It is, it looks kind of nice. It's got a nice aesthetic to it. The graphics are a little too dark for my liking, though. There's not a lot of color and pop, if you will. But it does have a nice kind of smooth aesthetic. But it's just so slow, and the encounter rate is so high. The ambush rate is super high. I just feel like it doesn't really fix anything from the FF1 NES version. It just kind of gives it a slightly better coat of paint. It gives it kind of a 16-bit coat of paint, even though it's a 32-bit system. But yeah, I mean, it could have easily been a Super NES remake as well. And it would have probably been a lot more passable as a Super NES remake. But yeah, I don't find it particularly appealing. I definitely will not play the PS1 version again. I did enjoy the remixed music though, that was cool. Alright, here we go, Marilith, breaking out the Blizzaga. 1 Blizzaga, 2 Blizzaga. Yeah, notice how I skipped a bunch of spells and just went straight for the Blizzagas. And that's why you need money as Black Mages, because they need spells, and spells are expensive. Oh man, Blizzaga just absolutely shredding Marilith. This isn't even a fair fight. 1,000 or so damage right off the top here. Yeah, I actually really like the phone controls for the Pixel Remaster because you can tap and you can issue commands really fast. Just tap, 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 tap. Because you never have to move like directional buttons during battles. You know, just tap, tap, tap. You know, hit the healing staff, hit the auto battle, you know, hit your Blizzagas, boom, boom, boom. It's much quicker to enter commands with the phone, with the Pixel Remaster, than it is in the PS1 version with a controller, in my experience. So there's also that giving the Pixel Remaster the advantage. I would say that the Pixel Remaster would have won this relay race if the Black Mages didn't need to go out of their way to get money chests, you know. So yeah, there you go. Strong second place by the Black Mages and the Pixel Remaster. They are out of the volcano, and we are calling time at 1:28. 1 hour, 28 minutes. And boom, that's it. So the Red Mages. Red Mages. The only one left. And they didn't even get to the volcano or the class change. That is disappointing. That's really disappointing. Yeah, so it looks like the Red Mages, all they have left is a couple more rooms in the Castle of Ordeals, and then they can book it over to the class change, then book it over to the volcano. I'd say they probably have another 20 to 30 minutes before they even finish the goal of the relay race. So yeah. All right. I am going to call time on this one, and because the red mages are nowhere near done. They're nowhere near reaching their goal. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and call time here. I will jump ahead and include the Marilith fight in this video, just so you can kind of see how the red mages do with that one, just to kind of give them that. But I'm not gonna include everything in between, because I mean the race is over. The video, as far as I'm concerned, the video is basically over. But because I feel kind of bad for the red mages and I want to give them that kind of moment in the sun, also give you a chance to see their ascended red wizard forms. I'm gonna jump ahead to the Marilith fight, and yeah. So that's basically it. I hope this was an enjoyable video. I hope it was as fun to watch as it was to record and to play. Like I said, I am completely FF1'd out for the time being, but yeah. All right, let's jump ahead to the Marilith fight. All right, so here we are at the Marilith fight, and taking a moment to heal up. As you can see, the red wizards don't really look that different from the red mages in the PS1 version. They do have a lot more spell levels, though. No Blizzaga, I don't think, so they will not be able to annihilate Marilith the way the black mages did. Or the black belts, for that reason, because they had those big punches. So the red mages are probably going to have a tougher fight than the other two. Let's see how it goes. Everybody's healed. This is a very cool looking version of Marilith. I believe this is also the version of Marilith that appeared in the Dawn of Souls remake and the PSP remake as well. The Pixel Remaster has a different Marilith. She is smaller in that one, as you saw a few minutes ago. Okay, so because we don't have Blizzaga, looks like we're going for a temper and haste strategy with the red mages. Gonna buff up a couple of attackers here. It looks like I'm focusing my buffs on Sammy and Orange, and they are going to unleash all of the damage here. This is definitely going to be a tougher fight than it was for the other two. This is basically the strategy that I had to employ in the end game with red wizards, except in the end game I had to focus all the buffs on one character, because only the character with the mass immune could inflict any real appreciable damage against Chaos or the final Tiamat before Chaos. Alright, the buffs are still going. One of my two attackers is blinded, so we're going to focus our heals and buffs on Orange now, I believe. Alright, it's up to you now, Orange. Gotta unleash that orange punch. Oh, that hurt. That was rough. That was rough. Alright, get him some heals, quick. I don't know how many tempers stack in this version, but it seems to be a lot. A lot of, well, they're called steel in this version. So a lot of steals. Yeah, they definitely stack. Wow. He went from doing 100 damage to doing 900 damage. That is nuts. Absolutely nuts. So yeah, that is the strategy in this version. Buff up with haste and temper and annihilate your enemies. Like I said though, the white mages don't have that luxury, so that's going to be a tough run. The ninjas were really fun because ninjas all have haste and they all have temper, so I was able to buff everybody really fast and just get to attacking. I'd say they're probably better DPS than fighters for that reason, and second only to black belts. Anyway, red mages have defeated Marilith, and that's it. Yeah, great video for me. Fun time. I really had fun calling the relay race. And it's good to see the red mages get a victory at the end here, just to kind of, you know, just to kind of end the video on a nice note for the red mages. So anyway, thanks for joining me. I guess we're done. So have a great day. See you later.